It's become a meme that the ceasefire is you cease and I fire, and we know that from decades that is Israel's pattern. And the problem with the ceasefire from many angles is that once the ceasefire is agreed, like it was in whenever October, the media coverage ceases fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is where it becomes an issue, because basically Israel can fire and the media coverage ceases. Everyone calls it a ceasefire, but what actually it means is that Palestinians die and no one cares. That's what a ceasefire means often in practice. And when I first went there in 2012 and was covering a story there of a drone strike or a tank artillery fire here, it was so sort of normalized that it wasn't news. When we say a ceasefire, yes, in a sense, it's the pause of the genocide. But as we'll discuss in the other questions, Israel has still managed to strategically advance itself, further stamping the boot on the neck of Palestinians, and with the ability to, again, inflict famine on the population in Gaza, what's left of them. Many of them living in tents still, even those that were wealthy now living in tents. And the hospitals, what is left of them, are what they would call partially functional. So life there is just about stood up, but it can be easily knocked over at any time. So that is to say that the screws on the neck of the Palestinian civilian population are still very tight, and life there is much more miserable than it was before October 7th. Given that outlook, you should say that October 6th, 2023, life was much better in Gaza than it is now. Yes, the humanitarian access has improved, so the hundreds of trucks are entering. But as we saw from the last 2 or 3 years, Israel can just turn that on and off whenever it wants. It's still the technical, legal occupying power. And as we saw over the genocide, all of the international voices about we want Israel to let aid in, or we're speaking to the Israelis to let aid in, is all completely meaningless, because they may say they want Israel to let aid in, but none of them will actually lift a finger. And so they can starve the population for months, hermetically seal the Strip if they feel like it. The Gaza Strip has never been under such great pressure. The current Israeli leadership is in a maximalist posture and will go as far as it can for as long as it can in claiming Palestinian land. And so it's very fragile.